How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about spiritual discernment in dating. Now, this is going to be quite the topic. It's been in my experience that dating has significantly changed. It started off, I would say it started getting worse at about 2020, COVID and stuff. People has, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but people have significantly changed for the worse over the world. There's not a whole lot of truth and light going around. I mean, that's what I'm here to do, is to spread truth and light throughout the world. Let me make sure this thing is still recording. Yeah, it's recording. Okay. So my sole mission here is to spread truth and light and to help you guys have a deeper understanding of what's really going on, to have that deep spiritual insight or divine insight. There's a lot of people now that they're very I'd say stuck on themselves, and they're just more selfish nowadays. I've noticed this with a lot of people within the past 6 years. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Maybe it was all the isolation that we faced through COVID, and people just came out crazy or something. I don't know what's going on, but I just noticed that, I tried to be genuine and real to people that I was, trying to take on. I was taking on dates, and I was just being myself, and I just didn't get the same response that I used to get. And just everything has just changed so much. So, so spiritual discernment, in a sense, is having a deeper understanding of what's going on around you to really protect you and to help you along your journey. A lot of it is, some of it's vibes that you have, and you either have good vibes or bad vibes or in between vibes. You can look at a person in their eyes and tell, if they're wicked, if they got like a sharp look, or do they have a soft look in their eyes. That's one thing. And oftentimes when I'm on a date with somebody and I'm just sitting across from them and they're talking and they're just, rambling or whatever, and I'm listening. I don't mind listening. Every now and then you'll catch it. You'll catch it in their eyes, just a little sharp, look. And usually that's not a good thing. So you have to take that for what it is and just keep yourself trying to get to know that person or whatever, and in time their true personality and their true self will reveal itself. And I happen to be able to pick up on things really, really fast. I don't know if it's always a good thing, but I think it is a good thing. I'm trying to do this message the best I can. What do we do when someone tells us one thing and does another? How do we take that in the early stages of a relationship or early stages of dating? It doesn't sit right with me, even in the early stages. I'm genuine, I'm honest always, and if the person that I'm talking to is not the same, then I find it very hard to keep talking to that person. Or if, you know, they go like several hours without texting back and it's kind of leave you hanging there, that's not cool. I don't care what you got going on. I mean, have the decency to tell me, uh, okay, well, I'm going to be busy for a little while. I've got my kids. We're doing this and that, whatever. Any kind of heads up, or just say, I'm busy right now. I'll get back to you later. That is common courtesy. With these people nowadays, they don't have common courtesy, and some of it's like, well, a lot of it's social media, and the oversaturation of options. Because of this oversaturation of options, we're not treated like the way we're supposed to be treated. I've noticed that on my end, especially. I don't know how it is for women, but I'm pretty sure that y'all run into some people that, smooth talk you and just lie through their teeth. But that's where the gift of discernment or spiritual discernment comes in. There's little cues that you can pick up on. Just pay attention to their actions mainly. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed. But, a lot of it's like when you're around that person, feeling their vibes and looking in their eyes and see, something that they're hiding or whatever, that's not good to probably keep on pursuing that. Anybody that disrespects you in a way that makes you second guess yourself or question yourself, anybody that gaslights you, and they gaslight you for speaking your truth, and they project that you're just insecure because they don't like being I guess revealed, and it doesn't sit right with them because they're so used to living with this certain character that they've made for themselves, and then they wear these masks essentially, and you don't really know who they really are as a person because they're too busy, hiding and being fake. And I've noticed a lot of people like that, and I try to get these people to open up a little bit. I'm not like trying to be like falling in love the first day or even the first week or two, but you've got to be open enough to let a potential love in, to let someone that could be good for you potentially into your life. Without being a little bit open, a little bit vulnerable to the other person, you're going to have a really hard time finding something real and true for you. I have to be vulnerable even though I don't want to be. Because if I was just not allowing it, then I would definitely push away anything real that I'd want. So my personality is different from y'all, and everybody has their own way, but I'm pretty sure that there is some truth to what I'm saying, and I'm hoping that it relates to y'all and helps y'all some kind of way. We have to be careful. We have to be thoughtful of someone's situation. A lot of people lie. They catfish you. They show you, these filtered pictures of themselves. They alter full body images of themselves. They'll hide the images of themselves. And, you could talk to them for a week and then finally, meet up with that person. And it's like, oh my God, You know, that's you don't look nothing like your pictures. Like, I'm not even attracted to you, right? I'm pretty sure men and women alike has both experienced this. Um, it's just crazy. Like, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna live forever. We ain't gonna live forever. Tomorrow's not promised. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I just try to be real as I can because, you know, we only have a limited amount of time here, and the better, the more real you are about everything in your life, the clearer your path gets. And what do I mean by the clearer your path gets? Okay, well, everybody that's not real, they'll fall off. They'll be discovered for who they are, and they'll fall off from your life. And it just makes room for somebody that is for you and not against you. It makes room for that possibility to have something long term with somebody that's special. But if you're a believer in God and you're a Christian, or if you pray to God, you believe in God, and you're a Christian, then it's very good for your partner to be a Christian as well. It's very good for your partner to be the same as you, to be equally yoked, is where I'm getting at. We have to be equally yoked with our partner. It's saying in the Bible, don't try to get with an unbeliever. So if you see, always ask these people about their faith, and I know that it's kind of like, man, should I even ask about that right now? It's kind of early, but you might save yourself a lot of times. What if they're just spiritual and they don't believe in God? What if they're agnostic and they can't really, they don't really know, they're just like stuck in the middle, anything's possible type thing. That's not a good thing to even waste time on, because the spirits that are influencing these people or inhabiting these people are not in your best interest. They have one mission, and one mission only, is to destroy Christians, to make people question themselves. They make you question, your position in your life and your thoughts and your ideas and your truth. And that's just narcissistic. Yeah, being a narcissist and gaslighting, that's a form of emotional abuse and mental abuse, and manipulation. It's their way to try to control you. And people like that, you can't get with, period. So if somebody like you're talking to and you feel peaceful around them, you feel like you can tell them anything, and especially when you like give each other a hug or a kiss or whatever, you actually feel more than just a hug or a kiss. You feel something there. There's more to it than just that on a soul level. And so we just have to be careful when we're out there trying to date people, especially this time and day and age, because people lie. They lie, and then they're not respectful of who you are, and they have an agenda. And whether they know it or not, if they're not a believer in God, spiritually they're trying to destroy Christians, and they're just selfish. ate up with it. So, yeah, I've had a really fun time trying to date these last 3 years, and I about had all I can take of the crap, you know. So I'm just working on myself, and you know, I'm by myself a lot, but you know, this is the time that God has taken with me to help me, to strengthen me, and to mold me into what He wants for my life, for His purposes. But anyway, yeah, so if you guys want, just like, comment, subscribe, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next one.